Hello everyone and welcome to Rob's Rogues and the Batman universe. Today, I think you can kind of tell by the new shirt that this actually just came in the mail. This is my new 52 Robin Damian t-shirt, and you can kind of see the Batman Incorporated issues up here, what I'm going to be talking about today. It's obviously going to be about Damian dying, passing away in Batman Incorporated number 8, which I'm sure everybody has read this or has heard this by now, with the R.I.P. down here at the bottom, is very reminiscent of the Batman R.I.P. story that Grant Morrison did a few years back before the New 52. I've been getting asked by a lot of my YouTube friends, Facebook friends, and then just general family and friends in general have been asking me or telling me and saying, oh hey, I'm sure you've heard already, but what's going on with them killing off Robin? So, it's even branched out to, my other family and friends and just everybody that I know pretty much in general, since they know what a big Robin fan that I am. And, that also includes Dick, Jason, Tim, and, so on and so forth. As there have been, quite a few Robins throughout the history, but, I kind of wanted to do this more of a reaction video or just my general thoughts. I don't know if I'm going to break this down as to do an actual review of Batman Incorporated 8 and go through panel by panel, and I think this is going to be a general thoughts video. This is going to be part 1. Part 2 I'm going to do probably a month from now as the main Bat books, if I can get the list right. It's going to be Detective Comics Batman, Batman and Robin, I believe Catwoman is in that, Teen Titans, Nightwing, World's Finest is going to be part of that. I don't think Red Hood and the Outlaws are all going to be dealing with the aftermath of Damian dying. So I believe those are all coming out this month. And then the Batman Robin title will continue to, or the Batman and title will continue to be dealing with Bruce's 5 stages of grief, and the Batman and Robin title will be Batman and will be like guest star or guest hero of the month, and the order of the heroes that are going to be Tim, Red Robin, Jason, Batgirl, Catwoman, and then finally Nightwing. And then I think after we get through that whole those few months of the title, I think we'll probably be introduced to a new Robin, which I'm going to go on record right now and saying I think it's going to be Harper Row, but I don't want to get too much into all that. That's going to be a discussion for probably part 2 of this video, and maybe even a part 3. So, back to the thing at hand here, Batman Incorporated number 8. I also have here number 1. This was something that Grant Morrison has been kind of telegraphing to us, the fans, for a while about the death of Damian. He had said in the Fat Man on Batman podcast he did with Kevin Smith, which you should definitely check that out, it's really cool, that Damian was basically created to teach Bruce a lesson, and we're going to get all the pieces of the lesson, and it's kind of teaching Natalia and Bruce a lesson that the very thing that they're fighting over is the very thing that they're going to destroy. It kind of upset me at first that Grant Morrison created Damian, that it knocked my favorite Robin, Tim Drake, out of the way, though I found some solace in it. That's like, okay, he's still a Robin, he's just a Red Robin. We won't get into that discussion right now. But he'd been kind of telegraphing this idea of Damian dying, even in the very first issue of the Batman and Robin title, when Dick was Batman, that Damian, I believe, was shot in the back and kind of paralyzed. They had to repair his spine, and he was supposed to have died early on in that series, but Grant Morrison said, no, we're going to keep him around. But coming into the New 52, the idea of Damian dying was kind of touched upon in Batman Incorporated number 1, when Talia put a bounty on Damian's head and wanted Damian dead or alive. And in the very first issue, Damian is shot in the forehead. and which we later find out is just a lie by the guy who's trying to get the money for the bounty, and that whole thing. But it kind of set in motion a lot of things, and story-wise, that Bruce is like, this is too dangerous for you. Not until I can get your mother under control and get this bounty off your head. He's like, you shouldn't even be Robin. I had a dream I had a dream or a premonition that you are going to be the cause of death and destruction in Gotham of the future. You can't be Robin. You've got to go back to your mother. This is the only way that this war between your mother and I are going to end. And we find out in Batman Incorporated 8 that the hulking beast of a monster that Talia has as kind of a bodyguard is actually a clone of Damian, a much older clone. And that is here's the spoilers if you don't want to know anything. I'm sure I've waited long enough that is the thing that kills Damian, is his own clone, his own brother, if you will. In the issue, kind of leading up to it, Talia has captured Batman. Other members of some Batman Incorporated have died or been hurt, and Batman is captured, thrown into a safe, and then the safe is thrown into the water, and Talia is kind of telling Bruce inside the coffin the safe through speakers in there that, I've watched you, I've studied you, and I know exactly how long it's going to take you to get out of here, and it is going to be you're going to be too late to get out of the coffin, or I keep saying coffin, the safe to do anything. Damian can't stand it anymore. He tells Alfred, I have to go out there. Batman Incorporated is fighting. I know what my mother's going to do. I can talk some sense into her, and I can have her stop this whole thing. So he suits back up as Robin and heads out to save and help the members of the Batman Incorporated. He kind of fires some gas bombs on some Leviathan children below, and first Tim has told the members of the Batman Incorporated main team to head to Wayne Tower. That's where everything is happening. So Dick also heads off to Wayne Tower. So Damian, of course, hears that. He's flying into Wayne Tower, and this is where the big build-up is going to be. We have a nice little moment with Dick and Damian that they kind of share some pleasantries back and forth. Damian tells Dick that, you were my favorite partner, even though I'm friends or a partner with Father, you were my favorite, and don't you think it's time for us to get together and be able to take down this bad guy just like we used to? They both jump head first into the confrontation. Dick is taken out and knocked out, and Damian knows that this is his clone brother and is trying to talk some sense into him, and all the clone wants to do is to kill. A little fight ensues, and it only goes through 2 pages of a fight. I thought the fight might have been just a little bit longer, but Damian ends up perishing in the fight, and like Talia said, Batman is able to get out of the safe, but not before she said it's too late, and Batman arrives too late to save his son, and the final scene is kind of reminiscent of the death in the family, with Bruce holding on to the dead body of his son. That is the basic gist of the story. There's not a lot that happens in Batman Incorporated 8, but a lot does happen at the same time. It's the climactic, Hollywood movie where all the explosions are going off. There's not any major plot points or story points that are continued. It's everything coming to a head all at one time. And Damian does go out like a hero, trying to save Nightwing, and I believe Tim has also been kind of knocked out around the corner as well, so he's kind of trying to save 2 brothers at the same time while being taken down by his own clone brother. Still trying to piece exactly how I feel. I went from hating Damian just because he knocked my favorite Robin out from being Robin to going back and reading a lot of these issues and being on in the New 52 and just growing to love the Batman and Robin title and starting to realize that Damian is becoming his own character, and he's starting to mean a little bit more to me as a Robin. And it's kind of one of those, just as you start to really like something and to start really love something, of course I bought a Damian t-shirt, is the time we lose Damian as being Robin. Did I tear up a little bit reading this? Yeah, I did. I think just from the initial reaction that, you know, in my lifetime I'm going to lose 2 Robins to death, and actually lose 3 Robins from being Robin. And I know it's one of those where somebody says, Rob, you know these are just fictional characters. But I think we like and love these characters so much that it causes us to have reactions. And ironically, I had filmed a reaction video for some Spider-Man fans out there that were just going ballistic over Peter Parker dying, and, you know, Dan Slott getting death threats and all that crazy stuff. To the video ended up being too long. I never got a chance to upload it. To me going, you know, it's happening to me. I'm having a reaction as a fan, and even as this is going on, I know my thoughts are just kind of still all over the place, and maybe it's comic book shock has set in, but seeing, you know, Batman and Robin right here makes me realize, wow, this is one of the very few Robin Damian figures we're going to get. Mattel has announced there's going to be, hopefully it'll come out now with him being gone, that there'll be a Batman Unlimited Damian Robin fan from Mattel, and that is going to be about it maybe for Robin figures. I would kind of hope we get some more somewhere, maybe some statues and things like that to kind of commemorate Damian being Robin. Some of these figures are going really pricey on Amazon. I think this particular Robin, it depends on the seller, but I want to say he was almost $100. I've seen him on eBay in between the $30 to $60 range, again depending on the seller. And then of course the the Robin and Damian 2-pack from the Batman and Son figure is kind of pushing $30 on some bids. So if we're kind of holding off, seeing if you wanted to get a Damian or not, this might be a really good opportunity to pick up some stuff before prices really start going really high from the events from Batman Incorporated 8. I know this video was kind of all over the place, but I think that's really kind of how I feel just being a Robin fan, and now coming to the realization that in canon now, in the DCU, with the exception of Stephanie Brown, since she technically doesn't exist anymore, that I could be reading a Batman and Robin comic book with a female Robin. So that's a whole other thing to wrap my mind around, and just seeing where the story is going to go, and if in fact that is where we go in the Batman and Robin title, and then seeing how the other Bat books play out with the events of Batman Incorporated. So that is going to be part 2 of this Damian Robin series that I'm doing, is my reactions to the other Bat books. So it might be in a month's time of since it's going to be every week in the month of March for each one of these books to come out, and some weeks we'll get 2 or 3. So probably by the end of the month of March we'll be able to kind of do part 2 of this video series, and then maybe eventually we'll do part 3 as we go through the whole Bruce Wayne's 5 stages of grief. So thanks for watching. Again, I know this video was kind of all over the place, but I guess that's kind of where I am in my emotional comic book stage. And again, thanks for watching. There's a Batman animated series video. It's probably uploaded and ready for you to watch right now, which I'm sure by the time I get this one uploaded, you have already watched it. This weekend, I'll be filming my Death of the Family video with my wife, so you'll have that to look forward to probably the following Monday. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time in another video review, comic book review. So as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues and the Batman universe, signing off saying we will see you guys next time.